What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports. And the Phillies, they get a huge victory in game number 1 over the Miami Marlins in Miami, for a matter of fact. The ninth inning did not have to be that stressful. I'm not going to lie about that. Sir Anthony Dominguez struggled a little bit in that ninth inning with his command, walked 3 batters in a row. I wasn't the biggest fan about that, but he managed to bounce back, and he struck out the Philly killer, Miguel Rojas, to end the ball game off. I was not expecting Rojas to go down on 3 pitches, but hey, good work by Sir Anthony, and overall great work by this pitching staff in tonight's game. Kyle Gibson, I thought he battled, and he gave the Phillies a chance to win, especially going up against Sandy Alcantara on the mound for the Marlins, who basically is most likely going to be the Cy Young favorite at this point in the season with a sub-2 ERA, and just how nasty he is on the mound. My God, this dude is nasty. And I guess that's why I give somewhat of a pass to the Phillies offense today, because it is Alcantara on the mound and how dominant he has been this year. And surprisingly, the Phillies actually beat Sandy 2 times this year. They beat him in the last start in Philadelphia. Surprisingly, I believe it was another 2-1 game at that point. And also, you get this 2-1 victory when you put 2 runs on the board in the top of the 7th inning. And throughout this ball game, Sandy was just dicing the offense up basically for the first 5. JT, the first hit for the Phillies didn't come until, I believe, the 4th or the 5th inning from JT Realmuto. Thank you for showing up, JT, and showing up for your teammates. You do get 3 hits in this ball game. Well, I'll give you that. But, the comments that you have been making the past couple of days, I haven't been the biggest fan of that, JT. So, yeah, you're not off the schneid right there, JT, but still. Thank you for going 3 for 4 in this ball game. Not many hits for the Phillies, though. Like I said, their first hit was not until like the 4th or 5th inning. The Phillies only had 5 hits in this ball game. 3 of those were by JT. The other 2 were by Derek Hall and Nick Castellanos. And just overall, the offense, like I said, they were getting diced up by Sandy Alcantara. And that's probably what you expect going up against Sandy Alcantara. That's how good of a pitcher, that's how dominant he has been this year. Most likely he's going to start the All-Star game. I would assume he's going to start the All-Star game in Los Angeles next week, but you never know with Clayton Kershaw there, Tony Gonsolin, so who knows if they have Los Angeles bias there with the Dodgers. So who knows what's going to happen in that aspect. But I'm still going to give a lot of credit in the world to the pitchers and the bullpen: Kyle Gibson, Jose Alvarado, Brad Hand, Sir Anthony Dominguez. With a 2-1 lead, yeah, you're all up against the Miami Marlins, who don't have the best offense, and yes, they're injured a little bit as well. But you still win a 1-run ball game. Your bullpen still has been showcasing how great they have been over the past couple of, basically the stretch of a month at this point. And they've been really good. Looking at Kyle Gibson's stats today, he kept you in the ball game. He dueled up there with Sandy Alcantara. Definitely didn't put up as many strikeouts, but 6 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts on 96 pitches. So that is back-to-back really good outings by Kyle Gibson. His last outing in St. Louis, where he went 7 innings and struck out 5, didn't give up a run, and he goes 6 innings in this ball game. So that's a nice couple of bounce back performances here by Kyle Gibson after a few very sluggish performances from him there going into the All-Star break. That's a very thing I like to see from Kyle Gibson. Jose Alvarado continues to look like a completely different pitcher, and I'm not gonna lie here. I've kind of enjoyed the Jose Alvarado experience over the past couple of weeks. He's been actually kind of nasty since adding that cutter. 3 strikeouts. He struck out the side in the bottom of the 7th inning. Only needed 17 pitches. Not gonna lie, I kind of like the Jose Alvarado experience lately. I'm not gonna hold that up to major bars or anything, but still, kind of enjoyed it. Brad Hand, bottom of the 8th inning. Just veteran stuff out there. He got behind a lot of batters, but he managed to get those guys out, which is basically just being efficient at that point. Only needed 19 pitches, and he got 1 strikeout as well. And then you go to that situation with Sir Anthony Dominguez in the bottom of the 9th inning. He got ahead of a lot of batters and then just struggled to get that out pitch. Just, I guess he was kind of getting, a little flustered a little bit. There were some strikes that maybe weren't called by the umpire, really tight strike zone in that bottom of the 9th inning, walks 3 straight batters after getting ahead of a lot of them. But then you also got to handle that, he gets, Sanchez pinch hitting. He got him to ground out the Bryce, who managed to throw home basically to prevent the run from scoring. And then you get that huge strikeout of Miguel Rojas. So that is a really basically, I guess efficient as you can get at that point for a bounce back from Sir Anthony Dominguez. So, yeah, overall, I would say for going up against Sandy Alcantara, I feel like that's a good win, and that's a good bounce back after this 4-game losing streak that you've been on. So now you get the first win in this series against Miami. Let's try to get another one because it does sound like Ranger Suarez might start tomorrow, which is a good sign. Hasn't pitched in a while, so he's going to be major rested and major rusty, dealing with the back spasms. So who knows what his inning limit's going to be tomorrow. Hopefully he can give you 6 innings if he still is starting tomorrow. I don't think it's fully confirmed, but it's most likely the outcome that he is going to be pitching tomorrow for the Phillies. And I do believe the Marlins are going with a major league debut tomorrow. Not entirely sure, but I want to look that up when we get further along in this recap. So basically just going into the ball game first. Like I said, this ball game went by very fast, especially in the first so many innings. Phillies go down 1-2-3. Kyle Gibson did easy job in the bottom of the first. Phillies go down 1-2-3 again. Marlins do get on the board in the bottom of the second inning after a leadoff walk, then a double by Brian Anderson. De La Cruz hits a sac fly, drives in a run, but then Gibson manages to get the last 2 guys out, limiting the damage right there, only making it a 1-0 Marlins lead. Phillies go down 1-2, so basically 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3. JT finally get the first hit of the ball game for the Phillies in the top of the 5th inning, but then immediately Bryson Stott grounded into a double play, so nothing happened there. Kyle Gibson's in the bottom of the 5th. Basically right there after a 2-out double, he managed to get the out of that situation. Bottom of the 6th inning as well for Kyle Gibson. He went there 1-2-3, and this is where the Phillies get onto Alcantara, who was basically dealing the entire game. So looking at Alcantara's stats, he goes 8 innings in this game still. He's basically an inning-eating machine at this point. 4 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 12 strikeouts. So he was dominant there, 106 pitches. His ERA is at 1.76. My goodness. So we go to the top of the 7th inning. Rhys Hoskins works a walk. And it's weird, too. I did not know this stat coming into this ball game. Going into that Rhys Hoskins at bat, the Phillies went 140-plus straight at bats without a walk. So, yeah, that's part of one of the reasons why the offense is struggling so much recently. So, yeah, they haven't walked a lot in the past couple of games. Rhys Hoskins walks. Then Nick Castellanos gets a single. And then Derek Hall crushes one to the opposite field, down the line, stays fair, ties the ball game up with Rhys Hoskins scoring. But then you get Nick Castellanos going by the stop sign of Dusty Waffen. He was out by a mile. My God. Why, Nick? Just why? Where you could have had second and third for JT, it just becomes second and 2 outs for JT. You know what JT does? He gets an RBI double. So if Nick Castellanos doesn't try to run, go past the stop sign by Dusty Waffen, probably could have been a 3-1 Phillies lead, but instead it's 2-1. Even though the Phillies still won 2-1, so at the end of the day, it doesn't make a difference, but you just cannot run past that stop sign, in my honest opinion. When he's obviously giving you a stop sign there, you cannot run past it. You just can't. And he did. But still, Phillies lead this game 2-1. Bottom of the 7th inning, Jose Alvarado, like I said, he strikes out the side. A lot of gas there from him. Top of the 8th inning, after a DD walk, really nothing going on there. Brad Hand comes out for the 8th, 1-2-3 in that situation. Top of the 9th for the Phillies, they had a chance to put some runs on the board. Derek Hall got a 2-out walk, and then JT got a bloop single. So you get a first and third situation for Bryson Stott. JT also steals second base, so you get second and third for Bryson Stott, and he grounds out. So that's the chance missed to put some runs on the board right there, some insurance runs for Sir Anthony. He comes out for the 9th. Jesus Aguilar. He goes up 0-2, comes back to 2-2, manages to get him the line out. He walks Soler after going up 0-2 in the count. Walks Garcia after going up 0-2 in the count. Walks Anderson after going up 1-2 in the count. Manages to get Sanchez grounding out into a fielder's choice. Bryson Stott, great throw to home plate to JT Realmuto to get the force out. And then Sir Anthony strikes out Rojas to end the ball game. What I saw from those 3 straight walks from Sir Anthony, especially even the first 4 batters of this inning, he goes up head, he gets ahead in the count, and then he's trying too hard to strike him out. I believe you go to the Aguilar at bat, first pitch sinker, second pitch slider, 2 strikes there. He goes back to the slider outside, way outside, takes it for an easy ball. Goes back to that slider on the outside, takes it for a ball. Threw a lot of sliders in that bat to Aguilar. Go to the Soler at bat. First pitch fastball, second pitch sinker, 2 fastballs straight for balls, and then he threw slider, sinker, slider, and it ended up walking him. Garcia, sinker, fastball, sinker, slider. Basically, it felt like he was trying to be too cute, in my honest opinion, Sir Anthony was. But he bounced back and managed to get the rest of the, got the other guys out, basically, which is all that matters at the end of the day. So we go to the lineup here. Phillies win the game 2-1. Kyle Schwarber has been struggling recently. He goes over 4 with 4 strikeouts. I do see from Lane right here. You guess Schwarber has left the building. Yes, Schwarber has been struggling as of late. I'm not going to kill the guy. I'm not, because he's been basically your entire offense for the past couple of weeks, and it was guaranteed that he was eventually going to slump at one point, because your offense before going on this road trip has basically been Kyle Schwarber and Rhys Hoskins. Even into this road trip in the beginning of the Cardinals series, it's been both Kyle Schwarber and Rhys Hoskins. Kyle Schwarber was due to have a little bit of a slump here with how amazing he has been for the past month and a half. So I guess he was due, but you would like to see him contribute more. But basically, if he goes quiet, the rest of the lineup, was a little. Thankfully, JT was on point today, and Derek Hall did get that RBI double as well. So that helps. When one guy struggles, you need someone else to pick up the other guy's back. And thankfully, that was their day. But we need that more consistently, because there's going to be games where Rhys and Kyle Schwarber are carrying the offense. But when there are games or stretches where Rhys and Kyle are struggling, you need those other guys to pick him up. You need Nick Castellanos desperately. Desperately. He does get a hit in his ballgame, but still. A lot of strikeouts on pitches outside of the strike zone, like he's been doing way too many times this year. Derek Hall has still been very nice, honestly, since being called up. I still like, his at-bats, the way he drives the ball. I like that. JT Realmuto had a nice day, but then you get Bryce over 4, Matt Vierling over 3, Didi Gregorius. He did work a walk. He did crush some balls today, but basically it was right into the outfielder's gloves at that point. So yeah, that's basically there. Mickey Moniak goes over 3 as well. Phillies did go 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position. The Marlins went over 5. Their only run was on a Zack fly. So it's not like the Marlins offense was being efficient either. So honestly, I do see this one comment right here from Scott saying that the All-Star break possibly could be coming at a good time for this team. Get healthy, get rest, and welcome the Cubs to Citizens Bank Park. Honestly, that could be a good sign. That could be what this team needs, really, the All-Star break. But first, you got to focus on the rest of this series. You're going to have Ranger tomorrow, and you're going to have Nola on Sunday. You got to find a way to win this series in Miami, which has been notoriously difficult for you to do the past so many years. You got to find a way to win this series. Got to find a way to salvage this road trip. After losing the final 2 games in St. Louis, getting swept by the Blue Jays, you got to find a way to salvage this road trip and get, ended on a bright note at least. Got to find a way. You have some, you got Nola with a chance on Sunday, and you also got Ranger Suarez with his first start in a while, so hopefully with a lot of rest for Ranger, maybe that'll be more optimal for him. I want to see Ranger have a good day tomorrow. I definitely do. Actually, I do want to check Twitter just to make sure that is the confirmed thing with Ranger Suarez, just to make entirely sure right here for this situation. I'm sure Ranger Suarez is most likely going to be starting in tomorrow's game. I'm just trying to make sure, double checking all that stuff and everything like that. But still, overall, you do have a really good chance to win this series. But don't do what you did with St. Louis. Don't win the first, you did in St. Louis. Win the first 2 games and then go quiet the next 2. Got to find a way to win this series. And I would like you to win this series tomorrow. I would like the offense to find a way. You got a guy making his major league debut tomorrow. And actually, let's go to that for the Marlins, just to talk about all of that. So if we go to the Marlins, I forget the guy's name off the top of my head, so that's why I'm looking this up right now. So if we go to the Marlins currently, we have, what is it? Where is it? Oh, here we go. If it loads the pictures and everything like that. Where is it at? I literally just saw it. What the hell? So maybe if I go to the ESP, maybe I just go to MLB.com. Maybe that'll be better than actually trying to find this thing off the freaking top of my head. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should be more freaking prepared. My God, looking like the Phillies offense right now. So yeah, if I go to tomorrow's game, there we go. You're gonna have Max Meyer on the mound making his major league debut for the Marlins. He's one of the Marlins' top prospects in their system. He's been doing really well in AAA this year for the team. If I look at his minor league stats for this year, it's split between two leagues. He started the year in single A, and then he jumped right to AAA. So if we look at his numbers in single A, he only played one game there, had a 3 ERA. Then he got called up to AAA, has a 3.72 ERA, 3-4 record, 12 games started, 58 innings pitched. Looking at everything else, he has a batting average against of 188, a whip of 1.00. Trying to look at his strikeout. He has 65 strikeouts in AAA this year. Overall, his basically hit to sum up his minor league starts this year, 3-4 with a 3.69 ERA, 13 games played, 61 innings pitched, 69 strikeouts, a whip of 0.97, and a batting average against of 1.83. Yeah, he's, one of the best. He's, he's one of the top prospects for a reason. Actually, I want to look at the Marlins prospect system too. So if I look at the Marlins top prospects just to see where this guy ranks, Max Meyer. Max Meyer is their number 2 prospect in the organization. If I go to baseball in general, just to look at the top 100 prospects to see where Max Meyer ranks, he is the 21st ranked prospect in all of baseball. So yeah, let's get this kid a really good debut. But what I mean by that is pound him. I would like to see the offense explode this. We haven't seen the offense explode once this entire road trip. We haven't. We look at this road trip in general for the Phillies. The last time the Phillies scored above 3 runs was the final game against the Washington Nationals at home before they went on this road trip. If we look at this entire road trip, 2 runs, 1 run, 3 runs, 1 run, 3 runs, 2 runs, 2 runs. The offense is due for an explosion in these final 2 games, in my honest opinion. I think they are. And if we just look at the final 2 games of the series, you're going to most likely have Schwarber tomorrow against Myers. And for Sunday's game, who are the Marlins going to put up against Nola? That's what I want to know. Who are the Marlins going to be putting up against Nola on Sunday? Is it going to be Trevor Rogers? Yes, it is. Okay. So you're going to have Max Meyer tomorrow, most likely against Ranger Suarez. And you're going to have Trevor Rogers going up against Nola on Sunday. Tomorrow's game is at a 4:10 start, and then Sunday 1:40. Okay. So you do have a big chance to win this series, definitely. It's one of their top prospects, so you don't know what this guy has in his arsenal, but I would like to see these guys get to him early and not let the kid get comfortable. That's the most important thing. Do not let that kid get comfortable. From what I heard in the broadcast, he has an A+ fastball and an A+ slider. Got to find a way to get to him early. Got to find a way. Got to find a way. Got to find a way. I think that would be a good game to see Kyle Schwarber hit a home run against the young guy making his debut. I would like to see that entirely. So we look at some comments right here. Flyers front office in the chat saying Phillies win today. Flyers won yesterday in free agency. Philly sports teams are moving in the right direction. Scott says that was an ugly way to close out the game, but a win is a win. The pitching gave us a chance for a win. Cannot ask anything more exactly. The pitching was very huge in this game. Ken says this was a 6-pack game and a shot of tequila to finish the 9th. When all is said and done, got the W. Hats off to Gibson and keep your seat familiar. We're not going to see Familia in games like this. No way. I think the Phillies learned their lesson from that. I don't think we're seeing Familia in these type of games. More of the games we've been seeing Familia in is when the Phillies are down by a lot of runs, when it's like a blowout for the other team and stuff like that. I think Rob Thompson knows not to use Familia in these type of situations. He's been going to Alvarado a lot more, and it's been benefiting him a lot more. Credit to Alvarado for bouncing back after coming from AAA. He looks like a completely different pitcher right now. Still, going to hold that with a grain of salt. But still, he's been looking really solid the past month. Has Jose Alvarado. W says Sandy is the Cy Young and there's no competition. Yeah, honestly. I want to look at Major League Baseball, just, the top pitchers in MLB just this season so far. So if we look at pitchers so far, can I separate it by league? Or do I have to just specifically... Okay, here we go. If we look at the National League specifically. So in terms of pitching, Sandy Alcantara is the best pitcher so far in the National League in terms of ERA. He's 9-4 with a 1.76 ERA. Second ranked is Tony Gonsolin from Los Angeles. He has a 2.02 ERA. He's 11-0 this year. 11-0. So Sandy Alcantara has 138 innings pitched. Gonsolin only has 93 innings pitched. So that's a little suspect right there. Sandy does have a .90 whip. That is really good. Corbin Burnes is the third best pitcher in terms of ERA. 2.14 ERA with a .90 whip as well. 113 innings pitched. So that's really good. Sandy Alcantara has 123 strikeouts. Corbin Burnes has 144. Joe Musgrove has been having a really good year. Max Fried has been nasty this year. Miles Michaelis from St. Louis has been really good this year. Carlos Rodon has been really good. Logan Webb has been good. Pablo Lopez, Zack Wheeler has been really good as well. So there's been a lot of good pitchers in the National League this year, honestly. We've got the American League, honestly. So you got Shane McClanahan, who has been nasty for Tampa Bay this year. Nasty. 1.71 here, right? With a .80 whip, 10-3 record. Justin Verlander with an exact 2 ERA. Alek Manoah from Toronto. Dylan Cease from Chicago. Nestor Cortez from the Yankees. Framber Valdez from Houston. Martin Perez from Texas. Logan Gilbert from Seattle. Kevin Gausman in Toronto. Garrett Cole with the Yankees. So, yeah. I think Sandy, and I think for the race in the NL is most likely Sandy and Corbin Burnes. That's my honest opinion right there. So, like I said, yeah, the final two games of the series, you're going to have Suarez most likely going up against Myers, and then you're going to have Aaron Nola on Sunday going up against Trevor Rogers. So, you do have a good chance to possibly win this series. Channel Name says the ninth inning was stressful. Exactly stressful. Sandy is nasty. Yes, Sandy Alcantara is very nasty. That is obvious. Scott says, for young Mr. Myers, AAA stats are good until the first man you face is Kyle Schwarber. Like I said, hopefully that means that it's a good chance for Kyle Schwarber to go deep tomorrow. Hopefully that is the case. Hopefully that is the case for Mr. Kyle Schwarber. I would love to see that out of him. Would definitely love to see that out of Mr. Kyle Schwarber. That'd be very nice to see. I don't think there's anything else here. Really quiet game overall. Solid win. Basically, again, Phillies are now 47-43 on the year. Just look at those standings because why not at this point? Look at the wild card in the National League. Phillies are now tied for the third wild card spot with the St. Louis Cardinals. Phillies are 47-43. Cardinals are 48-44. Are the Cardinals playing today? Most likely it is a Friday. They are currently playing. They are winning 4-3 in the top of the sixth inning against the Cincinnati Reds. San Francisco Giants, they're a game behind the Phillies and the Cardinals. Marlins are now 3.5 behind both of those teams. So, yeah, overall, just take care of business in Miami. Take care of business. Fight those demons. I would like to see the offense, blow up a little bit. I would like to see a blowout from the offense tomorrow or in one of these last two games. I think they're due for it this road trip. They haven't had a game above 3 runs in this entire road trip, so they're due. They are very due. And thank God it's close to the All-Star break, too. So that's a much-needed rest when that eventually happens. But still, focus on the last 2 games of this series. Find a way. Ken says, any idea how long Sandy is locked in for with the Marlins? Let's see. Sandy Alcantara contract. Spot track. See how many more years he has left. He has a lot of years left. Oh my God, he has so much control on his contract. Oh my God, he's underpaid. Where is his payroll at? He recently just signed a 5-year, $56 million contract with the Marlins. Average salary of 11.2. He'll be a free agent in 2028 when he is 32 years old. Marlins got a very cheap contract, a very team-friendly contract. Very, very, very team-friendly. And he has no player option either. So he's locked in with the Marlins for another 5 years after this. This year, he's only making $3.5 million. Next year's when the contract kicks in. $6 million next year, $9 million the following, $17 million, $17 million, then $21 million the year of his free agency. He's locked in. He's locked in for a while. That's a good contract for the Marlins. That's a really good contract, especially with the way he's been playing this year. And he's young too. He's only 26 years old. He's only going to get better from here. That is a really good contract for Miami. Really, really, really good. Really good contract, honestly. That is a really good contract. I'm like shocked. Ken says, can he play hockey? I would hope. I would hope he can play for the Flyers. Honestly, Flyers can eat all they can get. But no, Chuck Fletcher would probably. I'm trying to think of like what would be Major League Baseball's equivalent of a goon in hockey. Who would that be? I'm trying to think. Like in today's baseball, like not old time baseball. Like what would Major League Baseball standards of this day and age be of a goon compared to hockey? I'm trying to think. Who would be that goon? That Chuck Fletcher would probably sign more. I'm trying to think. Maybe not goon. Maybe just I'm trying to think overall. I'm trying to think. Like who would be equivalent to that? Who would be like I need guys in the chat right now. Who would be equivalent to a goon in hockey in terms of baseball today? I'm trying to figure that out so I can like make that comparison to Chuck Fletcher instead of I really want to know that. I really I'm trying to think about that. I'm trying to think. Let me just go to Major League Baseball in general. Let me look at let's see. Pitchers or something like that. Mr. W says player or manager wise, player. If it's got to be a player, most likely in today's baseball, that you can compare to a goon in hockey. Let's see. So we got pitchers. I'm trying to find not. It can't be a dominant guy either. It's got to be like a guy that you can compare to a goon. Honestly, not even technically a goon. He would sign Patrick Corbin. Chuck Fletcher would sign a Patrick Corbin with the way he's been pitching this year. Like you don't get that many Patrick Corbins on there. You don't get that many Patrick Corbins in the world because you can't find them. You know why you can't find them, Chuck Fletcher? Because there's not many around and they suck. Honestly, Chuck Fletcher would probably sign a Familia, even though the Phillies have, but you know what I mean. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. And I don't need to be reminded about the Flyers anymore. They're just that. Oh my god! Thank God the Phillies won. Thank God the Phillies won. Man, still, you get a good win. He signed Brett Phillips for a 10-year, $175 million contract. Oh my god, he would sign Brett Phillips. Oh my god, he would sign Brett Phillips. That's a good one. That's a good one. So Phillies got a good win here in game 1 against the Marlins, and now you have a chance. You need to win this series. You have a chance tomorrow with Ranger Suarez on the mound going up against a guy making his major league debut. I would like to see the offense explode in one of these last 2 games. I want to see a series win, and I want to see a series win tomorrow. I don't want the series to be tied going into Sunday. I want the series to be won tomorrow. So, I forgot about Jake Arrieta. He would bring back Arrieta. So, yeah. Honestly, that probably would be. So, yeah. Tomorrow, I believe tomorrow's win is mandatory. I want the offense to explode tomorrow. I really want them. So, yeah. We'll find that out tomorrow. I appreciate everyone here for joining the chat as always. Do not forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. I like to read those as always as well. Do not forget to drop a like on the video. Do not forget to check out everything in the description below. Painted lines, BrodesMedia, everything like that. I recommend it. I also recommend hitting the subscribe button. And I also recommend using the code TTPSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek, everyone. Don't pass that up. And I will see you next time.